right, man, let's talk about the Lions' biggest nemesis, especially last season and probably going into this season. And their biggest nemesis is the third quarter. It got to be said. I just heard Ben Johnson speaking on it. Obviously, what NFL coordinators do, I'm pretty sure they look at, they watch around football, see what other teams are doing, take plays from different teams, even colleges, and implement into their offenses, go see what worked, what didn't work. But whatever they did in the third quarter, these two words, the vast majority of the third quarter last year, they need to scrap it. But let's talk about it. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So when you're talking about the vast, that third quarter, it was hampered them all year. Even in the game they won at Green Bay, that third quarter, I don't know what it is. Offensively, I'm speaking. Defensively, they were pretty good coming to the third quarter. If they were not, they wouldn't be a playoff team. That's how bad the third quarter was, and they lost a lot of games, or made a lot of games more competitive than they had to be in that third quarter. And you just look and say, how can they fix the third quarter? And you just start to look at the weaknesses of the offense. And the only big weakness of the offense, just schematically looking, is just outside the hashes. When coaches come out the half, they make adjustments. So what adjustments ain't the Lions make? Okay, we're gonna stop the run. We're gonna take what they doing over the middle away. So then you got to find a way to counter that. So we're gonna run. What we're gonna do? Run in breaking routes and then break them to the outside. We're gonna call run quarterback. We're gonna call more running back screens, jailbreak screens. But the big hole they got in the offense is just outside the hashes. And you see some of the training camp footage of J-Mo, catching the ball over his shoulder. That's what they're missing. Outside the numbers, that's just what they're missing. You know what I'm saying? So if you just say, okay, what can make them, hard, even damn near impossible to defend, is just getting a consistent pass catcher outside the numbers. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a burner or a bigger body guy, just somebody that can win on the outside, and preferably on both sides of the outside, where somebody that literally can win and they have a hard time pressing them, or that's it. Rerouting them, and to be honest, like I said, T. Higgins will be a guy that kind of will put them over the top. Big physical receiver on the outside, can separate, can get contested catches. That'd be one thing. Just saying overall, where can we get better at? Not on the outside, and they're counting on Antoine Green, or they counting on probably Amara to step out there a little bit. They counting on Jameson Williams. But if you want to make sure you can seal, lock, and deliver that, you probably looking to bring somebody else in. And Michael Thomas could be that guy. He ain't gonna beat you deep, but really, do you need to be beat deep? Pause. Jameson Williams can outrun you deep. Amara can run past you. Jahmyr Gibbs, Khalif Raymond, Antoine Green. You got a number of guys on this team that literally can run, offensively. So that's kind of what you're looking at as far as on the outside. On the cheaper end, Michael Thomas, he a chain mover, and it's kind of one of the reasons I was kind of speaking on real quick about DeAndre Hopkins last year. And everybody said, he can't play. I've never seen a reduction in his play. I've never seen a huge drop. But when he got Will Levis in there as quarterback, he came alive last year. So that's kind of what I was explaining, where somebody that can be that chain mover. And on the issue with Michael Thomas is health. If he can be healthy and you can count on him to move the chains, it's over with. That's all the Lions really need. Now, could you got a Mike Evans, and what that would have been deadly. You know what I'm saying? Mike Evans, J-Mo on the outside going deep, cool. Cortland Sutton, cool. You know what I'm saying? But once again, then you talk about a guy like T. Higgins. If you're really going all in, that really, only way you really losing that way, if you have an identity crisis. And when you're a team that love to run the football, and what the Lions love to do is throw to open up the run. They throw on early downs to open up the run, and they run on passing downs, which is genius to me. And I don't know if that's going to switch up. But another thing they can make an adjustment on coming out of half is playing with a little bit more pace. And a lot of times it's coming out the half with a lead. So playing with a lead, it is a skill set to it. Now, do we play with a lead like we play from behind? You could, but that mental pressure. Okay, we behind. We got to pick it up. We got to make this play. We got to play with urgency. Maybe they should come out in the second half a little bit a faster, maybe not a no huddle, but quicker huddle. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe they should come out with a little quicker pace. Maybe they should come out with quick hitters. Maybe they should run the ball a little bit more. Maybe they should lean on Gibbs a little bit more. But I would think coming out the half, getting a rhythm. I think maybe they should come out with a faster huddle, no huddle. Maybe that'll help them out. Maybe a little bit more screens. Maybe not as conservative. Run, then protect the lead. Maybe faster pace. Even you can run the ball at a faster pace. Get to the line, snap it, boom. Screens and stuff of that nature. But they got to figure out what's the adjustments and what's the issues that we didn't make, coming out of halftime, and let's see the adjustments that the defense is making. I think it's more about the adjustments that they made out the half, and I think it's when you come in the team on the rise, you got to learn certain things, and playing with a lead is the issue. Defense had no issue with that. They held it down, they locked it down. So offensively, they got to figure it out. Is it going to be getting the ball in your playmakers' hands and guys that can make explosive plays? It's going to be more Jahmyr Gibbs. Is it going to be, okay, they talked about unlocking Jahmyr Gibbs' ability to catch the ball. Are we going to showcase that coming out the half? Are we going to get the ball to the back? You got two good receiving backs. Let's get them to the backs. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to throw, we're going to run the ball outside the tackles a little bit more. Are we going to run some counter plays, They think, we do a lot of in-breaking routes, a lot of crossing routes. How about we break in and come back out with some of these plays? So it's going to be interesting to see what they can cook up to overcome, I think, their biggest nemesis last year, more than Green Bay, more than Dallas, more than San Francisco, was the third quarter. And once again, it showed in the NFC Championship game that the third quarter was their biggest nemesis. It showed up. So, that became a problem again, man. It showed up again. So, hopefully they can figure that out. And I think that's going to be a huge key next year. And every year is health. Every year is cohesiveness. Every year is, comfortable in the playbook. But also, for them, is what they're gonna add. Because teams are gonna be gearing to stop the Lions now. So what they gonna add to counter that? So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X. I'm everywhere, Instagram, Facebook. Peace.